G'day, Jeff. Yes, I am. This one's from the UK, from Lightning Ridge, around the other side of the world and back again. And then we'll head back there again. Unless anyone's interested in some of this as I go through it, some of this is available. I've been told that, yeah, if anyone wants to buy any of it, once cut, that's an option for this parcel. So, yeah, I'll spin you around and give you a look. Got to figure out where the camera thing is. There we go. Right. So here's our victims for today. Hey Winston, how are you? Your parcel cut. G'day Mickey. So yeah, here we are. There's some matrix we won't be doing this round, but there's some nice matrix there to be cut as well. I'll do that in a different video. I think I'm blocking the light. There we go. So some of these are little knobbies or P-knobbies. Some I'd actually started cleaning up. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get a good light on this one. Unfortunately, they got cracks in them. Very evident cracks. There's not too much can be salvaged, but there was some really nice colour in that too. It's a bit of a shame. This one's turned out, but it's going to have to get cut in smaller stones. There's nice little bits of green under there. Haven't gone down through the bar yet, but it's a little bit thin in spots. And the sand. So that needs to be sliced up. And yeah, a couple other bits. This light situation's not good. It'll come up to something, I'm pretty sure. G'day Paul. G'day dear, with no eyes. So yeah, some of these I'm going to start doing with a bit of a Dremel cleanup, as they're not too straightforward, or I'd rather investigate it a bit more before I just go. I'll take it down on the wheel, this one, but I'll be very cautious when I get to that bar. It's nice and bright, but it's super thin. Ones like this though, I'd rather investigate with the Dremel, just to take out these bits of sand and see how far it does go in and what can come of it. And if it needs to just be a carving, I'd rather leave enough to be a carving rather than destroy it trying to figure out if it's going to cut a stone. There's a really nice bit in here. It's a small one, but I'm keen to see what's in this one. It's a really nice bar that runs around that bottom there. Super bright. Not sure which way to cut it up. It's got darker base here, but it can't be the bottom. There's not enough of it to be the base, unfortunately. So we'll have a grey base, but still a bright little stone. G'day and glorious. Good morning, Sarah. How are you? We're just going through the parcel that we're about to cut. We'll clean up and cut a stone, maybe two, see what happens. But yeah, some really nice material in here. This one I like. Guess why? It's got that blue. Some of them, yes, I will take the sand off on the wheels, but just some of them. So for instance, this one, I'd rather Dremel down to it, because inside it, some of this sand may go in too far. And as I was saying, I'd rather carefully take some of this apart in case it does end up needing to be just a carving. Because if as soon as I can tell it won't cut, I'd, yeah, rather leave more intact to be a carving. So they may still end up being cut, but I'm just going to be cautious about unwrapping the gift, so to speak. Yeah, right, no Dremel. So yeah, just avoid carving bits for now, or stockpile them for when you get a Dremel, I would suggest. But yeah, so one like that could probably go straight on the wheel and take this white cap off. It's got that sand there, and because of that cap, I can't see in, not even from this side with the light, how far this goes in and under, or if it goes down. So it's got really nice colour too. It's a nice little pattern in there as well, a bit striated, chaff. So yeah, we'll go through some of these. I'm going to pick a couple out of this bags as well. There's some really nice bits in there. Yeah, really want to get into. There's a really nice, again, blue one. And I think it was in this bag. There we go. So let's make some room over here. What can I do about that? Hang on a second. Sometimes if I open the shed door a bit, I get a bit better reception, but if I got the door closed, it kind of ruins the reception out here. Is that any better? It certainly is, Inglorious. It certainly is. It's the best way to spend a Sunday afternoon. I've had dinner, everyone's happy for the day. Now I get to do what I want to do. So yeah, here's the blue one I was mentioning. So I'll do that with a Dremel for sure. Just not sure what's going to happen under here. It does continue a bit under alongside between that sandy stuff and that black. It does continue back in under, and it is a bit of an angle down. So hopefully that clears off the top, but I'll just do it carefully in case this has to be the face somehow. Awesome, yeah. I just hope the outside world knows that I'm doing this and doesn't make too much noise out there. You'll get to hear the birds a bit. What else we got here? There was another one. Yeah, that's a nice one. Hopefully it stays intact enough. Bit of a little skin over the top. It's not very thick, but... G'day, catfish. Yeah, he's scored some really nice stones in these parcels, that's for sure. But there was another one that I wanted to get to in this live, so I might just tip this other bag in here as well. Try not to get them too mixed up. There's some nice bits like this. Maybe a little stone on the end there somewhere. Where are we? One sort of flat one that's got a bar running through top to bottom almost. So I have to take one side or the other down. I dare say it'll be this side up. What else we got? Still trying to find that one I was looking for. Maybe it was in this pile. Oh. So anyway, yeah, I'll pick a couple out and we'll start cleaning them up. I'll get the Dremel on them to start with. So I'll just shuffle that over there. Bring this container over here. Put a bit more water in there. G'day, Frangipani. Glad you can join us. So I'm going to get into that blue one I saw. This one's got my interest mostly. See what's under here. How far that bar does go in under and if it clears up. So yeah. Going to start with just this head on it. It's a pretty rough grit, but it's just an exploratory. I'm not going to go too far in any one direction into the colour or anything. It's just to clean up and do a quick enough job of it. But as soon as I see that it's potentially that sort of a colour, I'll stop and reevaluate. So I can't watch the screen at the moment, but yeah, I'll keep trying to look back every now and then. Look like they go down a fair bit. So maybe the face around here somewhere. We'll have to see. G'day, Andy. Welcome to the chat. Just cleaning up a subscriber parcel, Winston. Some lightning ridge material. A little bit of a cavity. I think we'll still get a stain out of there. So this one's a subscriber parcel. I source my rough usually Andamuka. I buy it while I'm in town up there. I've bought in the past off eBay from Kubapedi and that, but for Lightning Ridge, there's two places I've bought from that I'd mention. I don't buy from that much suppliers, but Opal shop, Nobby Bob, he has some great little parcels there. Find something that suits you. And Diggers Opal on Facebook group. They have live auctions for Lightning Ridge material. So that's more of a if you can bid them up. But I think they also may do parcels if you contact them. They've got some, low grade stuff, high grade stuff, bit of everything. So I'm just taking this top bit here off because it's a bit crystally clear, no back, it's a bit grey foggy. So I'm just going to take this little tip around here off on the inside of this cavity, plus it sort of cleans that up a bit. I think it's just going to be a little stone in there. So I'll have to get onto the wheel with that one and take off all this sort of back. Pretty sure there's no colour extending in under here, but I'll still check. Yeah, so I think it just sits up that way in the ground, and that line across the top's all opalised, well, colour settled in it, and then it's anything below that line, it's all potch. So I'll leave that for the wheel to get to the rest of it, and we'll make that the surface there of the face. Right. This one's the other one I wanted to have a look at. It's a nice bar that goes all the way around. Super bright. Got that bit of sand there, gets me concerned. We'll have a look. I think I'll still be able to get a stone mostly over this side. Take the top down a bit. Got a lot of sand in the top here as well. A little bit of potch this side, tapers off this side. Take that cap off. Something's coming through on that side through the dark grey. Slowly clearing up. So I think this bit's about a roughly a 400 grit. So it's sort of not going super fast through it, but I don't really want it to. So the standard wheel that's on the GSP8 Gem Master's a 260 grit, and the black pad jumps to 280. So you get a bit of a low transition and not expecting too much of the pad straight away. But once you get the 280, it jumps to 600, then 1200, then 3000. Yeah, it is through the dark potch there, eh? Unfortunately, it's a bit of an odd shape. We'll cope with that. G'day, Kevin. Good evening. There's a half hour in front of us. So I'll just keep going till those bits of potch clear up, so I think the colour's strong enough to stand up on its own. G'day, Trudy. Welcome to the live. It's almost through. Excuse me. So I'm going to go in circular motions, just trying to keep the surface sort of even. Getting a little bit slippery. Almost there. Definitely, Mickey, if you can start at 600, as long as you're not having like what I just did with a 600 would take a bit longer. So you've got to think of sort of the time, and what I look at is don't go down past where you probably need to jump up a grade. So if you're just taking a big chunk off the top, use whatever rough grit you want. But once you get down to it, yes, definitely a 600. This will probably go on the wheel over there though. I'm a little bit concerned. Gonna super thin out this bar, getting that grey out. I'll lose a bit of this corner as well. Awesome. So I might just tidy up the back on the wheel and just put that straight on a dop stick and just take that last bit down that way, because I think I'm down as far as I want to go with this, but I think that'll clear up slightly, a little touch more, just a wisp down. But if I do it with this, then I've gone down to where I want to go, but then I've got these scratches, so I'll definitely head over to the wheel. I'll give it a flat back first, get it on the dop stick. Definitely might end up finishing this one off tonight. Get that one there. What else have we got here? There's that straight bar. That one's a little bit iffy. I like the brightness in that one. Just a little bit. We'll see. Might tidy up. You mean for my flat vertical, Inglourious? The wheel? Basically, all the Gem Master, how could you put it, shrouds are sort of available just separately as a shroud. I'm pretty sure you can buy the motors separately, and then you just buy the appropriate faceplate They all just screw on, screw off. They're a set size. You can interchange from a polish wheel to the grind wheel on a flat vertical. It's just like a flat vertical polish wheel, like the one even Justin from Black Opal Direct uses when he polishes. You just take that face off and put these wheels on, and bang, off you go. You don't need to buy a new machine. So I've got my polish wheel over there with the leather on it. I could just turn that straight into another one of these. Just buy the face plates separately, which they sell as a replacement. The sand's going to beat it up this end a bit. It's roughly a 400 grit, this one. Hey, Nicholas. So I think with this one there's just a little stone on the end there, but it'll be super bright. Gorgeous. It's a little bit eaten away with the sand around here. And again, let's have a look at this end. No, I don't think there's enough there for anything. Put it in a chip jar, make it look pretty. But yeah, we'll cut that end for sure. Let's see, it's bright. There we go. See how much farther that goes down. The bar seems to run in under where it's black potch this side. It'd be not as good a face that side as this side, I think. Yeah, could do. I'd have to get my toothpick out and cut it. A bit more colour back there, heading towards that sand spot. It's still coming through a bit more. Alright, I'll see how enthusiastic I get. But it is pretty tiny. But it is really nice material, you're right. I'll see how I go. So this one's decidedly going to go up that way, and I think I might save myself some time going straight on the wheel and just roll this side down until it comes in, because that bar comes all the way down to the bottom this side. So I use some of that as to roll it down where the potch comes up and save me mucking around. I'm just looking through this pile. It's another nice little bright one. Take the sand away this side and see if I get a nice stone out of it. I like to drop it. The sand does go in a bit. G'day, Cassandra. I kind of sprung the live at the last second. It's the kind of thing that I'm pretty sure if I try to give too much notice, I'll probably have something come up and can't get it done. So I'm sort of doing it as I can get it done. So it's a bit of a pop-up. It's coming up all right there. Yeah, now the water keeps the dust straight to slurry, so I'm pretty safe with that. Yeah, if you hold it out the water, it does spray up as fine particles that, you know, they will dry out very easily. They'll build up on your fingers. They can cause a bit of dust, I suppose. But I like to keep mine in the water, and I don't get that big spray like that. So as soon as you come up to the surface too much, it starts kicking up the water. and I try not to do that. I just sit it under the water and it doesn't splash everywhere. I'm pretty sure I'll get a little stone in there. The rest of this is a bit sand shot. Again, I'll clean the rest of it up on the wheel. And it goes right in. It's a maybe. Still got nice colour, I'll try and make it work. Yes, we've got here. Looks interesting. Yeah. Underwater Dremel would be perfect. Like one of those booths that you stick your hands into through the gloves to handle nuclear waste, but you have it into a tank full of water and you just Dremel under there. Yeah, I think it's a lot of practice to start with, of learning just how to keep looking at it and don't keep hitting it out the water. Look at it, go, yep, that's where I want to go. Under the water, hit that spot. And that's just where the hand coordination comes into it in a way. A really interesting looking bar under here. Yeah, I'm sort of looking at the dark bit just right at the top, the shard, right just under this cap here. Right in there. That's so cool. Hope there's a really nice face in this. Almost there. It's like a slow motion reveal. There we go. A nice rolling colour bar, I think it will be. Might be a difficult one to face. Here's a very nice green. Still got a bit of potch on the top here. So this rough is a subscriber parcel. It originated in Lightning Ridge, ended up in the UK, then sent back, and I'm cutting it. There we go. Try and get a dome over that so it at least rolls a bit. Yeah, right. Sometimes the good thing about getting a parcel, even though it's only purple, if you can get a lot of matching stones. It's harder to get multiple stones of the same similar hues and depth of colour. And you get more of a roll down to that second bar, I think. Yeah, definitely. I'm just cleaning a few bits up that I want to take over, and then there's a few bits that'll be fine just on the wheel, but some of this I just wanted to make sure it was definitely going to be okay to go on the wheel or end up as a carving. Second bar down there. Yeah, I'll work that on the wheel. So yeah, it's probably enough of them for now. I can do some more Dremel later on. There'll definitely be more carvings, but ones like this can go straight on the wheel, which we'll be doing as well as the ones I've just been cleaning up. But just to make sure on some of them, like this one I can see quite clearly, it's mostly superficial sand. I don't really need a Dremel clean it. I can see it and it'll be fine on the wheel. But yeah, just a couple of those. Just to be sure, So, it's not a nice bit of colour. I'll have to saw that one through. That's a really nice lump of colour. Opal options. Yeah, right. I suppose that's one point you can sort of think about is all the high-end retail, they come in commercial grade parcels. They buy big amounts and they probably get all the good stuff. You know, the stuff that's not just good color, but there's apparently with greens blues, there's a lot of green blue sale because it's very common, even with black opal, as opposed to the reds. And for a red white opal, or as opposed to a blue or green black opal, the prices sort of can be similar, and people steer towards the blues and greens, and they seem to be the most sellable. It's not that they're worth more, it's just that you could line up a whole row of stones, and the expensive ones are for people that have got that kind of money to go, yep, I'll just take that. And then some people that they really want opal, and have to settle on like the blues and greens, but at least it's black opal type mentality, and that's fine. They get to have their black opal, but they don't have to pay super amounts for the reds and that. So blues and greens can be very, very sellable, to a point. But again, that's a numbers game, I'd say. You'd need a lot of that sort of material to turn over a decent dollar. Then again, some material, even blues and greens, crystals, it's just that nice. It'll get, not a problem, get a decent dollar. I'm just talking for more of the lower grade sort of stuff, which is probably what you're probably going to access. Even sort of this stuff, it's, how can you put it? If I was to pay someone an hourly rate to cut something like this, as opposed to what it's worth once cut, it may not have equated for commercial purposes. It's quite fine for me to sit here, take my time, go through it at my own leisure. And if it turns out well, that'd be great. But the risk's on me if it doesn't. And some people in business just won't take that, because it's like, well, you could sit there and waste your time on this, or you could get to these really good ones and start cutting that because we got lots of that because we're a commercial size. You know, they buy the big parcels. Yeah, it's a green, yeah. Because at least green's just a step above blue. And I think it depends on whether people are trying to go in more of a showy way and say, oh, look at what my opal costs. And then it's like, well, okay, there's that, but do you really like it, as opposed to, is it your favorite color pattern, this, that, and the other? Or is it just one you spend a lot of money on? So even the expensive stuff, it's like, well, the person has to like it. Otherwise, it's, you know, it's not as special as it could be to someone else that would really love it. So, and that goes down to the blues for me, like this sky sort of blue. Not that I, you know, say, oh yeah, I'll take that over red any day, but it's like, well, if I had to choose something to wear, I kind of like blue, to be honest. So red's not really, it's like some people don't like gold, they like silver, so they go for white gold or rhodium plated, whatever it is. Yeah, that's can happen. It can be expensive depending on the kind of opal. So stones like this, I'd probably cut them for 25 bucks a stone if I was to charge for this, you know, to cut them as if I was in industry. But if you're going to cut some really good stuff, you'd want to get it to a really good cutter, and then a really good cutter is going to go, well, I'm in high demand. It's going to cost you a bit to get me to cut it. So it's kind of like anything else. You go to your used car lot, or you go straight to the dealer, or you know, backyard mechanic or the dealership service center. Yeah, it kind of depends. But a lot of parcels, again, gamble parcels. And I'm not saying let's rush out and get gamble parcels, but be choosy on the gamble. Make sure the gamble looks like there could be great potential. Like some of this stuff, it's kind of gamblish. You could look at it and go, well, it looks like there could be something nice in there. And it shouldn't be high priced unless you know there definitely is something good in there. So something like that, it's sort of you can imagine maybe the rest of the size of this stone. So people put this into another little chips, you know, when they screen it and they put it through the sizer. If this was more full color, this may not have ended up in this pile that this stone would have ended up into, being the parcel that ended up into be sold as it was. So it's not really going to show super potential as such until you cut something like this, because you just don't know how it will face, especially with the... It's one thing to get black opal, which is black crystal opal technically, as opposed to clear crystal, which is not black opal, on top of black potch and calling it black opal, because sometimes it still just won't face. It doesn't matter if it's black or not, it just won't face. The sides like there, you can see that color. Will it show it from that angle? If the bar is thick enough, you can kind of roll it over and get that slight play if it's not going to face. But this is a really small piece and will take a fair bit of work to get this to happen, because it's also odd shaped. This here sort of fans out at the top, so you'd have to bring that in, which is going to thin the stone out even more. But yeah, if you get something really nice out of it, these are only going to be small stones, and the bigger the stone, kind of the less the gamble, because even if it's like a 50 carat stone and there might only be 1 carat's worth of really nice decent color, well, that's not really a gamble. It's clearly there's at least 1 decent carat there, and it might get priced appropriately for that 1 carat. If that opens up into a 2 carat stone somehow and in further, you kind of, well, that's the luck of the gamble. But technically a gamble is, yeah, you're taking a risk at a low price, and that's perfect for beginning. I don't know. It took me a while to buy a really nice parcel of something where I'm like, all right, let's see if I can actually make some half decent money off of this. And that's where I started going, well, I'm not going to buy parcels. I'm going to buy a single stone. I'm going to go, right, I want a really nice one. If I'm going to spend $200 on a parcel, I'll spend $200 on a 5 carat stone instead, once I'm really serious about it. And what you get in that 5 carat $200 stone, you won't get in a $200 parcel. So it's kind of stepping up a little bit, I suppose. Putting all your eggs in a bit of a one basket scenario. But yeah, it took a while. I might put that one in there. Have a look at that one as well. So I'm just picking a couple of these stones out while I'm talking as well. Worried that one's a little bit thin, so it might need a very careful carve. It's sort of got a bit of meat this side, but it sort of goes thin this side. So I might leave that one in there. Definitely going to do this one. We'll see what that flat bar is going to do. It's really bright. All right, I'll take those ones. We'll head over. If that happens quick and nothing of it, we'll come back, pick some more out. And either way, we'll cut something in the end. So you're just going to have to bear with for a sec. I've just got to go over. I've got to set the water up. I'll get a light over there so we can get better lighting and stuff like that. And I'll try not to make you dizzy on the trip over. You know, try and hold that like that. And voila, we're at the machine. All right. Put them there for a sec. Something to look at. I'm just going to sort the water out. for that. Let me get some light. There we go, it's a bit better. Here we go with some bit more noise. I'll just sit these over here. I'm keen to see what this red one's going to do. It's a bit of a... starts at the top here and goes all the way to the bottom-ish. So I'll sort of try and get a face out from under here. And see how far back I can get it. I'll take this side in a bit. Oops, I have to swap plugs over. There we go. The Dremel plugged in. Okay. So I'm sort of going to use my finger as a stop, so I can see the colour runs out there. So if I put my finger there, I'd rather grind my finger than the colour. I'll know when to stop then. Start rolling the top. See how far over this way it goes. Come back here. I was hoping it was going to go back further. Might have to be a 50-50 colour and black potch. Seems to be just that little strip. Probably does encroach a bit further this side now. I was hoping it had done that this side, but it didn't. Yeah, maybe we'll go for this face after all. At least it's still thick enough. I've lost my water. Hang on a sec. There we go. Yeah, we'll have to go this way up. It's not as bright a face though, unfortunately, but it's a bigger face. It'll still have to be partially black. Black potch. We'll neaten that up after. Alright. This piece has got a really nice flash of green through it. Sort of a mixed up bar. So I'll sort of take this side down a bit to start with. That'd be nice. Figure out what to do about this bit over here though. Might just have to sacrifice that, I think. We'll have to see. Trying to get this sand out here though. Sand. It's got a bit of meat on it. Almost. sand goes in a little bit farther. This little spot here. Come on. Just keeps going deeper and deeper. I was looking through the light. Yeah, that's going to go a fair way in that. So I might have to slice this into a couple of stones, unfortunately. There's a nice little stone in here. Very nice little stone in there. We'll get that other one over the side. I'll just have to run a blade through the center, which means if I don't need that half of the stone, let's see what I can get out of this side. I keep losing pressure. Just hang on a sec. More water. There we go. Might be a little stone down there, since I don't need that part. Definitely a little stone there. So let's take that tip off, run a blade through there, get 1, 2, 3 stones. Don't think there's anything under there. Nothing that'll come off. Too much sand. So yeah, 1, 2, 3 stones. I'll get the saw set up a bit later if I'm going to cut those ones. I'm keen on this one now. It's this nice flat bright bar. It looks like it might hold up as a decent sized stone as long as this sand doesn't encroach too much. We'll find out. Nice black potch there. Too late. an interesting pattern. Stripes rolling. It's full holographic. They're moving the opposite direction than they think they would. Yeah, definitely orangey, yellows, greens, like lightning bolts. Look, I can see that is a clean stone and I'm literally just above it. So I'm going to risk the rest of that once I get it on a dop stick. But that is gorgeous. Yeah, you don't, well, I don't see that kind of a pattern at all. I don't even know what to call that. Lightning strikes, rolling stripes. It's like one of those pictures you hold and they're kind of a 3D picture. There's another bar down there. Peekaboo. Oh, it's too late to sneak a saw through it. I know I've got thin saw blades, but it would pretty much take out half of that potch in the middle and this top stone would be thin. Could go for a double-sider. Yeah, I'm curious to see what that bar looks like. Ribbon mackerel. Alright, now I'm going to leave that bottom structurally for now. And don't want to ruin the structural integrity for this, so we're going to leave that there and just focus on that side now. You got me nervous. Yeah, no, I have to keep taking this in once I get it on the dop stick on this wheel. I'm kind of working, even though I'm looking through the zoom on the camera, but I'm also looking through these through the zoom on the camera. So I'm really trying to pay as much attention as I can to what I'm seeing, and I don't overstep my bounds. So around this side I've stopped because that corner can come out. There's enough to round it over. So I'd stop there on that because I can get the rest of that on the stick, but I will give it a flat bottom, something for the stick to sit flat on. Try and keep it level with the top. That looks pretty good to me. So yeah, that one's ready for the stick. Yeah, if I can, definitely after when I flip it over to do the back, I'll see, as long as it's still a thick enough stone. But that would be amazing to have a double-sided one with that. That would just make it even more unique. Can't stop staring. I've got to put it down or I can't stop staring at it. Alright, let's go for a little P-knobby. This one's going to end up very small. lot of sand in it. As long as I can get a top over it, that sand in the bottom for a bigger stone or something like that, yeah, why not? As long as it doesn't broach the surface while I'm polishing. Oops. Where did you go? Oh, it's bounced off somewhere. Sorry, guys. Oh, he's cool. Sorry, sidetracking. I was just looking under the towel for the opal I just dropped. Hey, check it out. Little skink. Didn't scare him too much, he still has his tail. Yeah, he's trying to hide, so I'll go let him out. Sorry, I get sidetracked. Oh, look, a squirrel. Damn, he's lucky. I've been standing on this towel everywhere. Sorry, there we go. Found it. And a lizard. Probably a good thing I dropped it. I just saved a lizard. I'm gonna go to the left for that one. Yeah, oh god, I love lizards. Ever since I can remember. Where's that colour gone? This one's going to be hard to face. There's not many options. Trying to roll that sand out. How you going? Almost. So a little spot there. Catch you later, Kevin. Cheers. Yes. That's good enough on this wheel. I mean, freehand. Yeah, it's got a lot of sand on it. It's so soft. Push too hard, it'll disappear. Wink, wink. Yeah, I'll leave that like that. Set it adjusted on the stick and then deal with the bottom afterwards. Yeah, this is a little bit directional, this one. Yeah, that way up. Just make a little stone with that bit. See what happens. What else we got here? No one. And that one. And this one. So yeah, the dome, it took me a while to get used to doing it. I'll go through that. We're going to cut one in a minute, so we'll cut one with a nice dome on it. Probably this one even, just for the example. And I'll show you how I go about it anyway. Put your sand there. Oops, sorry guys. It's got kind of a jelly skin on it, so this kind of has to come off anyway. Really nice brighter colour underneath. It's definitely crystal. Almost gone. Angle. Those globs of sand will come out, not a problem. Slightly on the angle, I think. That's that way up. So yeah, I think that's it for that. Go get them on the dop stick. So I've just got to shuffle everything back this way. Grab the light. I'll come back for you guys. Hang on. Alright. Try not to get you dizzy. Knocking stuff over here. There we go. Move this water out the way. Grab the stones. Put the light over this side. Never see more. There we go. Huh. Okay. So we'll find some dop sticks. Some will just be bamboo sticks. I don't know if there's anything big enough to put on. Oh yeah, here we go. One of those for that one. And that one. That's going to get cut up. That can wait. Yeah, definitely doing that one. That one. Yeah, we'll do those four. Why not? Pick a couple of these as well. So yeah, that one can go on there. Got the flat bottom of that one. Whoops. That's all right. I'll coat some spare wax and try not to burn the camera. And you can't see. Alright, so I need a little bit more wax on these ones. That'll do. Heat the stone. Otherwise the wax basically just forms a skin as soon as it touches the surface of the cold stone. It doesn't like to grip. Trying to burn your thumb. You've got that everywhere. So I'm playing around here trying to get it right. This is the one that's a bit offset on a weird angle. I think that's right. Will do for now. Sorry, I haven't got this in view. And it helps if you've got freezing cold fingers when you do this. It doesn't seem to bother sticking your fingers too much, and you can't feel it anyway. Don't try this at home. This one's got that awkward bar in it. Very thin. Not 100% this one's on properly. There we go. Bigger stones are easier to put on. Those little ones are a bit of a pain. Yeah, right, nerve damage. Ouch. I'm sure that would have hurt at one stage. But yeah, I got some of my fingers got nerve damage. I've had the top of this one chopped off at one stage. Stitched back on, but it's all good. This would be the mackerel one. Awesome. Good little surprise in that one. Yeah, that's the method. It kind of doesn't really show up too well. So on at the front too. So we're going to decide we're going to cut that one this way up. Something like that. G'day, Grant. Not a problem. So yeah, we'll go cut these four. I'm gonna migrate everything back again. Don't get dizzy. All right. So we'll start with this one, that way I can show you the dome side of things. How I'll go about cutting it. Have to get rid of that wax. Put that there, put that there. So I'm just getting set up. So yeah, what I'm going to start doing is just neatening up the shape around the edge first. Make sure all the sand I can see around the edge is out. And then start doming the rest and rolling out the rest of that sand. And yeah, it's definitely going to be a nice stone. But yeah, then I'll get a nice little dome over this one. I'll show you how I'll go about that. Get rid of that wax. I'll have to zoom in a bit. So, just getting those edges flushed up and make sure all the sand's going to be out. So I'll have to get a bit more there. A little bit down there. I'm wondering if I make that the bottom of the stone there. I'll keep going in a bit. It's almost gone. Spot there still. Just a little pinprick now. Still got this bit up here though. It's almost in an oval shape as it is too, so that's pretty cool. We'll take that bit off there. We'll take that bit off there. Catch you later, Gav. Cheers. Yes, they're the magnetic ones. Sorry, yeah. This one's just the faceplate 260 that screws on, and everything else, is magnetic onto that. I'll get rid of that side there. Almost in an oval shape. Alright, so now I'm going to start doing the dome. Yeah, it's the GSP8 Gem Master from Gem Cuts. They bought out the Gem Master brand, so they manufacture that now. So yeah, now I'm going to start getting the dome. The dome's going to be dictated by the colour thickness on the colour bar. It's nice and thick this side, but it runs out here, so we're going to have to make that as low as, or where the dome starts up from. So the first thing I'm going to do is run a slight bevel and keep that nice and even as it comes around the stone, because that'll be my setting edge for the top. Oh, and the wheel, yeah, don't know if it's some way you can reverse counterclockwise the motor if you get an electrician or someone to rewire it, or if you know what you're doing. Sometimes they can be rewired the other way and then they just spin that way. So yeah, we'll get this started. So you can sort of see the beveled line there, and you can follow that all the way around. So I'm probably making it dark. I'm not sure if it's coming up on the camera. Let's try it out. There you go. So that line here needs to keep going really evenly all the way around. Yeah, it'd be great to get some help. The mine's looking pretty good so far. It's just getting down and finding out what's there. We're in the right sort of area, but that doesn't mean anything really. Let's try that off. See that line's just down to the potch there now. Swap hands. Wave is up here, so I've got to take it down here a bit. But it's sort of pretty level on the edges. It's just at the tips. We'll take that little wobble there out. More of a straight line all the way around now. So that's when I'm going to start getting the next part of the bevel up the top, and I'm going to end up with a series of little rings, almost like growth rings, of each time I put it on the wheel and change the angle of the stick. And on the next pad, that's where you'll start rounding out those little rounded facets. Get that to show up. So I brought that second line sort of down close to this one, just sitting just above it. It's probably not going to pick up on the camera too well. And that's basically that. See if I can get the lines to show. So you've got all those lines that run around it. Dry out properly. And we'll get them out on the next pad. But it was, yeah, you just, once you get your setting edge, you never duck below that again. Otherwise you can end up changing the shape of your stone and everything. But once you get that edge, everything below it retains the shape from the top. So I've got the next one. This one will just be easy. This one's going to be more of a flat face. It's going to have a slight roll to the edge, but not much because of its thickness. So it won't have a high dome or anything. Yeah, it's going to have to stay like that. So it'll have to be that one looking like that. Yeah, it's got a nice shade. It's very, very low on the brightness though, but it is there and it is red. Yep. So here was this one with the dark potch that was over the top. Thick enough bar to sort of play with a bit. I'll have to straighten these edges up. It's going to definitely probably be a sort of a free form. Sand off the edge there. Put it there. Might be a bit of a crack in there. I'll have to just take that tip off a bit. Almost get this one into an oval, I reckon. Minimal loss. We'll see. Yeah. Doing this corner still. We'll give that a go. Yeah, it's got some nice little bit of orange in there. Hopefully that'll come out a bit more as I go down a little touch, but I can't get too much of a dome because that's the thickness of the bar this side. Hopefully that's a nice edge around there. Wow. So the wheel's in the way, I can't really move it around at the moment. But it's got some awesome flashes of colour in it. Still a bit of a skin on this side though. That's where the colour starts to run out, so I'm not game to go too deep from here, but I will go down a touch further. And a little bit more will come off during the polishing process, so I might leave it at that for now. But gorgeous. Nothing I can do because we're about out of bar on this edge. Anything I could do is maybe take it in a bit, shrink the stone down, just to get a thicker bar as I go in a bit, just to get a higher dome, but nah. We'll see if we can get away with that. All right, here we go. Let's see how this is going to come out. So the main focus on this side of the stone. I'm not sure if this clears up, but if it has to stay there, it has to stay there. This colour goes right under there, just a bit difficult to know what's going to happen. So here we go. I'll start with the sides anyway. Have to take it in just a touch. Gotta get it out though. Just hanging in there. Glad I left that little bit on the top now. Can't wait to see how well that comes up with it off. It's getting brighter and brighter. That's awesome. I reckon I could stop there on that because that last bit can come off on the next few pads. Otherwise, I'll polish it straight through. And then we've got the second bar at the bottom to go yet. I might deal with this corner though. That'll get hidden by a bezel or something. Can't really see it from the top. It's just, yeah, it's not right up the top either. It's just it's translucent stone. As far as, you know, opaque, translucent. See through to it, but no, I'll leave it like that. That looks cool. Wish I could hope that end clears up a bit more in the polish job, but we'll see. That's cool. All right, change pads. Get these out. Off we go. So I'll just do these in a random order and try and just get them done in a timely fashion now, so we get to see something finished. So with the getting a little bit of dome over the top, you've just got to rock it sort of like that, so that, you know, so that the middle touches and then all the way to the edge, and then you keep turning the stick around as you do it in increments. And if you end up with probably more so for that other stone, all the facets that go on the round, like little laps, it kind of rounds all those out. Yeah. Yeah, it looks killer. So it sticks in the way I can't show the camera properly. So this one with the high dome, this would be more important to get the rounds going all the way because it's such a high dome. And I want to get all those rounded facets I put in it out. Which is why this wheel is good that it just skips up 20 grit from 260 to 280 on this one. Start with the edges first anyway. There's a spot of sand in it. Oops. Oh no. Almost out. Just a little tiny spot of sand there. Oh god, and that bit that side. Kind of done a good job on this, Phil. Jeez. Got the top one out. Look at this one now. There we go. Alright, now I can get on with it. So yeah, as I was saying, got to keep rocking it all the way to the center. And keep that dome evenly all the way around. Always meeting at the center. Keeping it even. Get that even sort of dome. Now it's a bit flattened on the top now. But yeah, rounded to a dome. This one's pretty much a flat one. It's got a slight little curvature, but not much. Oops. That's what happens when they come off the stone. Off the stick. I'll have to get on with him after. So I don't know if you notice, you can see this stone looks like it's vibrating on the wheel, and for all intensive purposes it is, but you just keep the pressure against it and ignore that. It's a padded wheel, but it's got a little bumpiness to it. I just keep my thumb in place, keep rotating it against my thumb and the even pressure on the pad, and it doesn't seem to, it's just annoying when the smaller the stone, it's easier knocked off the stone, off the stick. I think I've learnt to live with it. So I'm going to leave that black stone for now. I can't be bothered putting it back on the stick right now. I'll just get on with these three. Doesn't take much to get through the pads now. It's getting cold out here. I've got a drippy nose. skip the stone there, Phil. Now we're on the last pad. Alright, sorry for that. And spin you guys around somehow. There we go. So this wheel, the machine, and that other, the cutting wheel, they're basically the same shroud, same setup with a board, motor, and these wheels, you can, if you hold the belt, hold the back so it doesn't turn, you just unscrew these plates, and I could just put this on that machine and that on this machine if I wanted, sort of thing. And I'm pretty sure they sell these. The motor, get your own board, or I'm probably sure they supply them as well. And so you can sort of piece together your own machine sort of thing. Let's quickly jump in front of the camera. Plug in the polish machine. Set this all back up over here. Don't get dizzy. Okay. So I'm just looking on the surface and it looks like this. And there is. I'll have to go back and get that out maybe, after all. That side's safe, it's just there, right at the top. I don't know if they're faults that the powder's gone into. A little crack fracture. I couldn't see that all before. Well, that's disappointing. It won't rub off. Might be enough bar to get rid of it, deal with it. Let's get a bit better light on this subject. So hard to film this clear, translucent sort of stuff without a decent background. Sort of lines running down it. All right, now this one. Hopefully the polish job done it some justice. That is an awesome pattern. Yeah, it certainly does. I'm just hoping I can go back and get them out. That looks cool. It's sort of, yeah, got the nice orange. Oh, there we go. Almost heading towards red. It does, the pattern of it, like, yeah, the pattern that runs down a snail shell or something. It's certainly different. I hope Winston's happy. That'd be an awesome little ringstone or something. Hopefully, yeah, probably put it in a bezel and hide that last little bit of sand there. I just didn't want to keep going through the colour. I probably should have gotten that out. Oh dear. The bezel will hide it. I'll overlook it for now. Yeah, definitely a unique stone. So, I'm keen to go and tidy this back up too now. So it's up to you guys if you want to stick around and see that. Yeah. I'll get on with that now. Starting to rain. What are you going on, Adelaide? I'd rather be up in Andamuka, it's a lot more sunnier. straight on. Looks pretty good. Get my cords mixed up here. There we go. Let's see what we can't get out the other side. Just making sure it's on straight. Unplug the polish machine. Alright, 2 secs, guys. Let's put this back on properly this time. Oh dear. Hazards of the trade. I'm coming. I'm getting there. Alright, can't see if this doesn't stay on. Sorry about that. Try again. Yeah, the rain's large droplets. It's not pouring down yet, but it'll get a lot louder if it does. Yeah, just going very cautiously. Heart starts pumping, you kind of lose, you start bouncing around. You definitely got to remain calm. It's kind of like I just treat them like they're my opals. That way I've sort of, you know, feel like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Almost there. Starting to get a bit of a sparkle. G'day, Severia. Just going for the second bar on this one. Possible double-sider. Still a bit to go. Wow. I'm not sure if the entire bar is going to be clean or if I'm just going to go through it trying to... G'day, Mikhail. Yeah, I don't want to go straight through it trying to get it to come clean if it's not. So I'll sort of start giving it that double-faced. But it's got that sand in the side as well, so yeah, what am I going to do? That's as good as it's going to come. That's not too bad for a back. Don't want to go through the bar too much. I'll probably come a bit cleaner through the other pads as well. That'll do. It's not going to come totally clean because of all this sand that was in the back anyway, so the other side's the main traction. It'll allow for an open back setting, at least. Through the pads again. Oops, sorry about that. Pretty quick process here. Ah! This one doesn't want to stay on the stick. Might be able to just finish it off without putting it on the stick. I think I'll just give it a quick wash. Lands on the floor. I can also put a little bit better pressure on it now that it's not on the stick without worrying about it coming off. I won't put this on the polish pad. There's sort of no point because of the sand and that through the side. As you can see, it's sort of wearing a scoop away as it is. But yeah, 3,000 will be good enough for this side. So just going to rinse it again. It's good to have towels on the floor, but they get a bit grotty. And it's another good reason to have something on the floor. They don't bounce as far if you happen to drop them. Not too bad. All right, we've made it this far. Need to buy a couple more lamps for out here, I think. Well, I don't have to worry about swapping these around all the time. My fingers are so cold. I'm trying not to drop stone while I dry it off. So that came up all right. For a back. Oh, I've got my fingers all over it. A bit of orange in there too. That's the main face, of course. Still be nice for an open back. And if you can bear with me 30 seconds, I'm going to quickly run inside and I'll Give me a second. What happened there? I go inside for 2 seconds and you disconnect on me. Silly iPhone. Thanks for sticking around. Zoom back out a bit. Right. A carrot at least. Look at that, 1.5 carrots. Woohoo! What's that worth per carrot, you reckon? Oops. Less a bit of wax weight. Wouldn't even have a clue on the price of something like that. Not quite sure how unique it is. But it has to be at least a few hundred set in a ring. I could play with this one all day. Kind of looks like threes on one angle. A bunch of threes running around there. Yeah, or lightning bolts. So anyway, I should probably end this. It's getting a bit late. I think that took a few hours. Yeah, very strange pattern. So the way it has that kernel of potch in there as well, that it all radiates from, sort of. Yeah, tiger stripes. It's like a tiger snail shell. Tassie tiger. Yeah. At least, yeah, it rolls as well. It's sort of got that reverse roll, like heads in the opposite direction. Not a problem. So yeah, thanks for coming. I sort of picked this time of night as well. Well, it's this time of night for me. What time is it? We're at 10 o'clock South Australian time. And yeah, I'll get some more of these cleaned up and have to sort the top of that one out a bit better. Not a problem, Mickey. Thanks everyone for being here. Oh, dropping my iPad. Yeah, thanks everyone for being here. It was like a bit of a last minute. Switch this camera around. A last minute sort of a warning. I sort of, Jesus, just dropping everything. Gave you like about 20 minutes warning. And yeah, I wasn't quite sure I was actually gonna get on top of it or not. Yeah, this one was more tailored around the UK time frame. So I started at 7, which should have been roughly 9:30 in the morning, 8:30 in the morning there, I think. Yeah. So yeah, quite a few countries, but I'll try and pop these up at all different times. And during our summer, it's going to be pretty hot during the day, so I'm going to probably work through the night a lot. I'll go through about 3 or 4 in the morning. Oh, awesome. Yeah, so I'm a bit of a night owl during the summer. I like to beat the heat and just sleep it out if I can. You know, it's all right if I work because I sit in an air-conditioned car, so it doesn't bother me. But yeah, geez, I've got a lot to do. So we've ordered the vacuum chamber. That's coming 28th of October, hopefully by. So yeah, I'll get the vacuum chamber going, get the concrete matrix, rainbow matrix, sorry. organised, and also for yours as well, Winston, for your Andamuka. If any of that needs stabilising, I'll be able to do a proper job of it now. I can't wait to see the results. I saw a couple of videos online. I'll put a link in this for it, and it just shows the vacuum chamber and how it all froths up and all that, and the amount of air that comes out of a stone you just don't realise, and you're like, wow, doesn't matter how thin they make it, it's not just going to run in there. Even though, yeah, I was pretty impressed by the runniness of Starbond, but yeah, definitely going to go with the vacuum chamber. So I got that, more treating, got that parcel bought back from Andamuka last time. Oh, it's too much going on. And I've still got to do a giveaway. I'm piling up a few things. I'm also, yeah, just making sure it's going to be well catered for. Try to do something decent. But I'm like 500 subscribers over when I was supposed to be doing it. So I do acknowledge. And I will be getting onto it. So, yeah, I'll have that organised hopefully within the next couple of weeks, to be honest. Some of the stuff I'm still sort of putting together. Got to get to cutting up, slicing, making some parcels, and yeah, bit of fun. So anyway, I'll let you all get on with your day, night, go to bed, wake up, whatever you're doing today, and yeah, catch you next time. Thanks heaps. Cheers.